What's up, cloud gamers? Welcome to another episode of CGX Talk. This is a show where we just talk about the latest and greatest in the cloud gaming space, news or discussion piece. Today we're going to be talking about Gamescom. There's a lot going on this week with some unveiling. We're going to talk about the impact of cloud gaming at Gamescom. We're going to talk about who had the biggest showing and what surprised us the most. So let's get right into it. So we have Chief today. What up, Chief? How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, thanks, man. Yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. It feels good to be like doing this from the studio, not from my work office. You know, it sounds a little bit more professional. But yeah, Monkey's not able to be here today. But let's get into the discussion piece. So, Chief, just to get started, did you watch any of Gamescom?
Unfortunately, due to the time that it was kind of shown, I wasn't able to watch it live. But yeah, I've been catching up on pretty much everything that's been happening and following it as it's been going along.
Yeah. So how would you grade it overall?
I'd probably give it a good B+. It's been pretty solid. It's definitely, I think, the biggest announcements of the year, considering we've had other kind of events. But I feel like Gamescom's been much kind of better done.
Yeah, I would be 100% honest with it. When Microsoft had the event, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, man, a lot of the big games are missing, because this was before Jeff Keighley's showcase presentation, and there wasn't any Halo, right? There was all these games like Crossfire X that wasn't shown. And I was on Reddit and people were like, yo, what the hell is going on, man? When are we gonna get this Halo release date? But then we got it the following day. But let's talk about that real quick. What would you say some of your favorite moments were with the show?
So I think Dying Light 2, especially as it's coming to GeForce Now with RTX, is a huge one. Obviously, Forza Horizon 5 just looks so good. I can't believe how photographic that game looks. Halo Infinite, long-time Infinite or Halo fan, so haven't played it since kind of Halo 2, so I'm really dying to get back into that game. Big surprises, I think it was great to see Bright Memory Infinite, especially with the RTX updates. After playing the first one from that indie studio, it just looks like such a cool game and been revamped to hell. A couple of games that people might not know of that I really think are going to be big surprises is we're still waiting for the full release of Black Wu, is it?
Yeah.
Or Wukong. That just looks
incredible.
Absolutely epic. And for that, it's like a single developer that's been doing that for however many years. So I think he's got a bigger budget now because it's announced for so many kind of consoles and PC and stuff. It's going to be humongous. Yeah. And then a game that I didn't realize was actually even in motion was Marvel's Midnight Suns. This looks like another kind of crossover Marvel game, like Guardians of the Galaxy we knew was coming, but this Midnight Suns game is also coming now later in early 2022. So it's really cool to see a lot of these new Marvel games coming up and really taking advantage of next-gen graphics and stuff. Yeah. And then lastly, I was never that into the Saints Row games because by the time I kind of got interested into them, they're quite old. And I wasn't that impressed with the Saints Row 3rd remastered version. So seeing that there's an actual proper remaster new game of Saints Row coming, I'm quite excited about that as well. Yeah,
man, you know, I for me personally, like favorite moments, I would have to say the Halo reveal. And most of just Jeff Keighley's show, like I was saying, Crossfire X, you know, that's a game that I've been really looking forward to, and was bummed out when we didn't really see much. I believe, remind me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we said anything about it at E3.
No, that was another surprise actually. Yeah, Crossfire X. Now,
and then Microsoft had their reveal for Gamescom right before Jeff Keighley's show, and they didn't show anything about the game then, and a lot of people were speculating like, what the hell is this game? So to finally actually see an update on it. And State of Decay 2, not a big fan of the game, haven't played it much, but I know there are some people out there who have, who's been wanting an update to that game. And it's pretty cool to see like Microsoft just being committed to just showcasing and updating, games from their first party, second party studios. But man, this Microsoft has a huge, what this showed me is that end of this year is their year, man. With Psychonaut just releasing that game being fantastic, and Forza Horizon looks incredible, like you were saying, very photorealistic, and of course the gameplay is solid. And then you have Halo to just end the year off with a release date of December 8th. Man, all this stuff is coming to the cloud as well. It's just incredible. And then
we forgot Jurassic World Evolution 2.
That too. Man, so many good stuff. This was a huge packed event, man. And again, that Jeff Keighley showcasing just did a good job with games after games after games. I came out of this really impressed. I didn't think I would, but yeah, very, very good stuff overall. So
after all the Idea Connect and stuff, I really wasn't expecting as many games being announced and showcased in this event. So it was a pleasant surprise considering how many other events there's been already this year. So yeah, I was really impressed with just the sheer number of big games as well.
Yeah, so true, so true. Again, with COVID and games getting delayed, you would think we wouldn't see much, but man, we got a pretty good treat here. But let me ask you, what platform do you think had the best showing in the cloud?
Well, there was one seemed noticeably absent, which was a bit of a shame, but
yeah,
I actually think xCloud came out on top here because we know that pretty much all those next-gen games are going to be available in the cloud. And we also got confirmation. I know everybody was kind of hoping for it, and I think this will be absolutely killer with Flight Simulator in the cloud. I don't think people realize just how much of a big deal that is. So I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah. So again, I am with you here. I think definitely Xbox stole the show for sure, giving us what we've been waiting for with the release date of Halo, showcasing more Forza Horizon. Again, the game looks incredible. Now we know Crossfire X is going. I think the announcements come to cloud, but if not, I'm sure that eventually it will. And that's a game that's going to come out next year. So we still a little bit of that State of Decay 2, like I mentioned, big expansion coming next month, and that's going to be in the cloud. And you have, again, Psychonaut that took some time to showcase that at that event. And my goodness, it's just incredible, man. Incredible.
I must admit, I didn't think that was going to be my type of game, but actually Psychonauts 2 is really fun. It looks amazing and works really well on the cloud.
It really does. It really does. And you can see the series. People are saying this SOX. You can tell that's an optimized blade for sure. And yeah, it runs really well. But I was surprised about GeForce Now getting some love. They used this event to showcase some news, right? With Guardians of the Galaxy and Dying Light 2 coming to the platform with RTX support. So shout outs to them for seeing an opportunity with an event like this to make some noise, right? Again, you talked about a platform missing, which we'll get to here in a bit, that, no noise. I mean, nothing really was shown or mentioned about this platform. So let's get right into that. What are your thoughts about Google Stadia not showing up here at Gamescom?
It's just a shame. That's all I can say. Is it, like you said, it was an opportunity to showcase. Xbox Cloud came out swinging, saying most of their games are going to be on the cloud as well as being available for console. And obviously you had the Xbox announcement saying that the browser is going to be officially supported on consoles at the end of this year.
It's going to be
which
huge.
is massive. And GeForce Now showing Dying Light 2 coming with RTX, Guardians of the Galaxy coming with RTX. The fact that we've seen Infinite Memory, Bright Memory Infinite being showcased is most likely going to come to GeForce Now because the original is on there. So I should imagine, especially with the RTX showcase, that that's going to be coming. And we've seen consistently that GeForce Now are getting a lot of day-and-date titles, especially the Steam version. So it was really disappointing to not see Stadia's logo on some of these games for the releases, at least.
Yeah.
But I'd kind of expected that they would at least showcase some of the tech. But as we said, it's just been absolutely quiet, and there's been no real news from Stadia themselves over the Gamescom period either. So just disappointing, unfortunately.
Yeah. So same, I would agree with you 100%. Again, they missed E3. They missed. They weren't really present with GDC. They had their own little game developers summit then. But man, we talked about it, I think late last year, early this year. Signs of this platform still, kicking and being alive. And we said, they have to be present at some of these events, right? If not be present, host their own Stadia Connect. Let people know what new games that come to this platform. Again, you see these companies, GeForce Now, Xbox, doing it at these events, and Stadia's just MIA. It's not a good look when people are like, yo, what's next for this platform? And these really no new exciting game announcements except from Ubisoft titles and Square Enix titles. Like this would have been a great opportunity for them to showcase what's new and what's coming. Not a good show to be MIA in, and they weren't there. So it's kind of a bummer.
But also there was another platform missing, if we're going to be fair. Where was Luna?
I agree 100%. And we've said this a lot, man. I don't know what Luna's doing. Just being real, they showcased New World. This would have been a great event to tag Luna along with it. But
exactly,
no mention.
That Luna, that New World new trailer is epic, and
so great.
It's going to open beta in 2 weeks' time, roughly. So and yet Luna is still not out of the US and still absent from everything. So what's going on with Luna?
I'm glad you brought that up, because honestly speaking, I'm sick of giving these guys a pass. And people like Dame Beta, we shouldn't be too hard on them, but guys, we're heading into September now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. You gotta do some more. Announce more stuff. Just one game every other week is just not cutting it anymore. Expand. You guys gotta grow. You guys gotta start making some noise. This is getting too ridiculous now on some level.
If you want to hide behind the beta flag, xCloud are behind the beta flag. They're pushing the boundaries. They're rolling stuff out, being very noisy about what they're doing. But Luna is still absent from 8 months now. They've been in US only beta with very little extra information. Time's running out. People are losing interest.
True. And just to pick up on that, when GeForce Now was in beta, they were making a lot of noise. They were in beta for a long time, but again, that's when you had like your Activision games on there and your Capcom Devil May Cry, and they were making a lot of noise in beta too. So no more excuses, Luna. This is again getting too ridiculous now. We need to start seeing more, and Chief, I'm glad you brought that up for sure. But yeah, that is it for this show. Again, next show we're gonna try to have Monkey on board and just get more into some cloud gaming news and discussion. But Chief, I appreciate your input, man. It's always good chatting it up with you when it comes to cloud gaming discussions.
Awesome, thanks man, take care.
Awesome, man. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later, y'all.